Chapter 15. Clean Surroundings. People want to make their life more and more comfortable. They use many kinds of things. In this way, they produce rubbish of one kind or the other. The more things they use, the more rubbish they make. The rubbish makes dirty piles. Animals, birds, and insects visit them and spreads germs. Chemicals from the rubbish are washed into the soil by rain. Environment means the surroundings where someone lives. All the things around you make up your environment. Your house, your school, your neighborhood, your city, the river which flows near your city, and so many other things are all parts of your environment. When things are of no use to us, we throw them away as rubbish or waste or garbage. Every home produces a large amount of waste every day. Factories, offices, schools, colleges, markets, hospitals, and hotels also produce a large quantity of waste. Waste affects our environment. It pollutes the land, water, and air, and so our surroundings look dirty and ugly. Flies, mosquitoes, and household pests like rats breed in the garbage. They spread diseases like diarrhea, typhoid, and dysentery. Drains get choked and give out of a foul smell, so it is very important to dispose of garbage properly. Types of wastes. The rubbish we generate can be divided into two categories. 1. Biodegradable wastes. 2. Non-biodegradable wastes. 1. Biodegradable wastes. Some kinds of rubbish decay naturally in soil known as biodegradable wastes. When rotten fruits or their peels, vegetable peels, wood, paper, etc. are thrown into open, they are acted upon by the microbes in the soil and decomposed into simple organic matter, which increases the fertility of soil. Fact zone. Wastes that decay naturally are called biodegradable, and those which do not decay naturally are called non-biodegradable. 2. Non-biodegradable wastes. These kinds of wastes do not decay naturally and cannot be decomposed by the microbes in the soil. Used plastic, polythene bags, detergents, etc. stay in the soil permanently and pollute it. Chemicals from the wastes are washed into the soil by rain and pollute underground water. If waste is burnt in the open, it gives off smoke that pollutes the air a lot. Reuse. We can reuse the things that we generally throw away. We can reuse plastic bottles, jars, containers, and glass. Use steel or plastic lunch boxes that can be washed instead of using aluminum foil. We can tear old clothes and use them as napkins. We can reuse envelopes and gift paper. We can use cloth napkins and handkerchiefs or hand towels instead of paper tissues and paper napkins. Recycling. The things which we use and throw pollute the environment in one or the other way. Packing of many things like soft drinks, jams, chocolates, toffees, polypacks of many things, tins, empty bottles, etc. cannot be decomposed. Plastic, metal, and glass are non-biodegradable. These kinds of rubbish need different treatments. It is called recycling. Recycling is the process by which the waste articles are used into some useful raw materials. Paper, glass, metals, and plastic can be recycled. Articles fit for reuse. Broken bottles can be melted down to make new ones. Aluminum cans can also be melted to make new cans. You will sometimes find the waste collector or kabadi wala going to houses to buy old newspapers, cans, tins, bottles, and other things. sell them to him, or just give them away, as someone can use the old cans and bottles. Don't throw these away and create rubbish. Plastic is recycled on a large scale. It is cleaned and melted into a liquid plastic. It is then drawn into the desired shape with the help of frames and molds. But some forms of plastic cannot be recycled, for example, polythene bags. These are creating a serious problem for our environment. Fact zone: recycled paper is made of used paper. It is cut up, colored white, and made into clean new sheets. If we recycle paper, we need not cut down so many trees. It also means there is less rubbish around. This is good for environment. In factories, the iron items are heated in flames to make it red-hot iron. This red-hot iron is beaten to give it a desired shape to make new articles. For fine tools like needles, scissors, etc., the iron is heated till it turns into a liquid. It is then easily brought into the form of other tools. We should keep in mind that we cannot recycle all our rubbish, so the best we can do is to make as little rubbish as we can. Avoid buying food in plastic bags or boxes. Carry a cloth bag when you go for shopping. Don't take a plastic bag from the shop. Have the articles weighed and buy them loose, then take into your own bags. Fact zone: as far as possible, do not waste anything. Mend and use whatever you can. Give things away which you don't use or need. Say no to polythene. In some cities in our country, the use of plastic is banned. Disposal of waste. Every household and every community produces a lot of garbage and waste daily. If this waste is not disposed of properly, it will decay and give out foul smell. Germs breed there, and the flies carry them into homes. They spread various diseases in the community, so we should take some measures to ensure a clean surrounding. Using covered dustbin. At home and at school, you must throw waste only in the dustbins with cover or lid. Never throw garbage in open. Using compost pit. To dispose biodegradable wastes, we can use a compost pit. Inside a compost pit, waste materials slowly decay and change into manure after a few months. We live in a world that has pollution in its different forms. These days, a number of government and non-government agencies are working towards ensuring a clean and green environment. Many schools have taken an active step encouraging children to create products of waste material. It is a first step towards being eco-friendly. Fact zone: solid wastes are picked up in towns and cities by municipality. Trucks are used for this purpose. Landfills: sometimes deep ditches are dug in the ground and the garbage is dumped in them. When filled up, these ditches are covered with soil to prevent the breeding of insects and germs. Burning waste is first collected at one place. It is then burnt. Open dumping waste is loaded in trucks. It is then taken far away from the town or city and dumped in the open. This method of waste disposal pollutes the environment. Parts of electronic goods, such as computers, mobile phones, television, etc., are called electronic waste or e-waste. This type of waste has poisonous elements such as mercury and lead in it. Thus, if it is not disposed of properly, it will harm the environment. Open dumping. Have you ever visited the famous rock garden at Chandigarh? It has been built by Nek Chand from the waste materials. We must plant more trees to replace the ones which have been already cut. Plants are the agents to keep our environment clean. Concept map. Clean surroundings. Types of wastes: biodegradable wastes, non-biodegradable wastes, reuse, recycling, compost pit, landfills, open dumping,